Okay, welcome everyone. Tonight with the Gauntlet, we are playing Community Radio, a game of Strangeness on the Airwaves. It's a game by Quinn Murphy. It's out a couple of years, I think. And yeah, this is the first time I think we've gotten to play it in the community. So yeah, eager to see what it is. It's a dark improv comedy game that tells the stories of a weird community. So I'm going to be playing the radio host. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him. And everyone else is kind of the cast of of the rest of the show. So they're not going to be playing any particular characters, or rather, they're going to be playing multiple characters through the game. So let's get an intro from them in, I don't know, to seem very, very strange doing not in character keyboard order, but yes, we can do character keyboard order. So yeah, Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I've been with the Gauntlet since the middle of last year, and I love the theme of this game. I can't wait to play.
Hello, hello. My name is Daryl. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a big Welcome to Night Vale fan and also a big NPR nerd. So this is like tailor-made for me. I'm very excited.
How you doing? I am John, pronouns he, him. I've been on the Gauntlet for about a year or so, and the decidedly non-specific nature of this game was really appealing to me. So I'm really excited to check it out and see what happens.
Okay, great. So what we do first is I draw some random elements. So I'm going to roll some like actual physical dice because I'm the only one in the game who needs to roll these. So secretly, but you know, I have no problem showing. I mean, of course, I have. That's no proof if you don't trust me. So I've rolled an ace. So the scene frame is making friends. A terror announces itself to the community, who reacts in a mood manner, and the terror responds in kind. Okay, so I guess what we need to do for that is get a terror and get a mood. So I will do that now. So again, okay. So we have a ring that you are unable to remove as our terror, and the mood with which the community reacts to it is eager. So that is strange, but so yeah, I think so. What the game tells us to do here is that all of you kind of discuss what the scene might be, and of course, if we're playing it out, if you're playing it out, you know, maybe one of you is going to be the terror, maybe one of you is going to be someone specific. And then maybe someone else is going to be kind of a general reaction amongst the community, or maybe, you know, slice and dice that how you want. But that's up to you all to make that decision. So yeah, I'm sitting back and taking notes for my radio scene when I will react to this goings on. So yeah, I guess it's a basic conversation amongst you.
Well, it seems to me that the terror is probably telepathic and speaks through whoever it is that cannot take it off at the time, and so that would be one of the people.
Actually, like the first thing that leapt into my head was like it's like the mysterious old woman who lives in your house, where it's like, hello, I am the ring that you are now wearing, and everyone in town is wearing a ring, and it's just one ring, but everyone's wearing it.
Sure. We can have that. But then who are the other people? There's just two people in the town who are reacting to the fact that they have a ring that they cannot take off.
So I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Daryl? Like the concept you were talking about?
Yeah, so I don't know how the kind of like role play aspect of this works, but like I just immediately like thought of like, wouldn't it be like great if like the ring was like, hello, like it's so nice to meet you. I'm very eager to work through like I'm very eager to like work into this new partnership with you. I am the ring that you cannot take off. And then it's just like everyone is wearing a ring that they cannot take off.
Could it be that? Could it be like it's like a country club or a company thing? Like you get a ring when you join that, you join the country club and it's a status symbol, but then you find out you can't take it off or something like that.
I think
or
the
a
people.
corporation.
I think the people reacting to it can decide that. How about if we just do that?
Yeah, sure.
They all like have their own like reasons why they suddenly have this ring.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Sure.
Might not even look the same. Well, so do you want to be the ring or I'll be the ring?
Oh, I'll very much be very excited to be the ring.
Okay, why don't you be the ring?
By all means.
So like, how does this work? Like, is it? Do we structure it kind of like a news segment or?
Well, I guess this is the scene itself, right? But that could be. You could be doing a news segment as well, right? So.
Or yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I like the idea that
one
like
person could be a news reporter, but I think it starts with an ad by the ring, a paid public service announcement,
or it's in the paper as well. We could run it across, see an ad in the paper for I don't know what, but
I think hearing the ring just read itself, talk over the radio is perfectly appropriate.
See what you're saying, yeah.
Or if we could just do an interview. Here we go. I'm hello. This is. I'll just make character names up since we don't need another character. This is George Murphy of the Sentinel, talking to the ring that you cannot take off, which has mysteriously appeared on people's fingers all over town. Ring, what gives? If I may be simple.
Hello there. It's so great to meet everyone. Thank you so much for having me in your town. I am very eager to meet everyone. As you know, I am the ring that you cannot take off. It's very great to meet you. I'm very much looking forward to this partnership that we have formed together. It is so nice to meet everyone and see everyone and get to know everyone. As you may or may not know, I am the same ring. I am the same ring on your finger and his finger and her finger and their finger over there. It is so great to meet you all. And yeah, you may have gotten this ring in a number of different ways, some of which you may or may not remember, but here I am.
Well, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we are all happy to greet this new member of our community and are anxious to see what develops as a result of their coming to our little burg. But let's ask the person in the street and see what they think. Sir or madam, as the case may be. Sir, madam, or other, as the case may be. What do you have to say to the ring?
I got this ring in the mail, and I have to admit, I'm not really sure why I'd want to put this on. This seems like you put it on, and you can't take it off. What's the upside? If you try to take it off, does it cut off your finger? I am not really, I'm not much of a follower here. I know a lot of people in our community, they're all jumping on the bandwagon, but I myself, it seems a little sketchy to me, and I'm not really sure I want to take part in this whole deal.
Well, there you hear a skeptical voice about the ring that you cannot take off.
Certainly, I would love to allay those fears. I just want everyone to know that I am here to work with you. You and you and you, sir, and you, madam, and you over there as well. We are going to build so many things together. Strong things, weak things, everything together. You and me for the rest of eternity. It's going to be so great.
Those of us who have already put the ring on and have discovered that you cannot take it off are inclined to work with the ring and exert peer pressure on those who have not yet put on the ring. So What do you think, Mr. Man in the Street? Are you are your neighbors pressuring you to put on the ring?
I get texts from my neighbors, emails from my kids' school. I'm getting phone calls from random people, saying, "Hey, you got to join the team," but it ain't happening. Me and my family, we are not buying into this.
Well, this radio station wants to make it clear that it is not responsible for any damages incurred by rioting outside the Man in the Street's home. But the large crowd that is gathered there to scream at him to put on the ring. But more on this as it develops. And now back to you. What's your name? Donna?
Yeah. So
what's the commentator's name?
The commentator's name is Ryan Cole. He is
back to you, Ryan.
The radio. Well, thanks for that very interesting interview. And I have to say, it seems very great. I mean, I think the ring or rings, I'm not quite sure how to put it, is something we can trust. I think we haven't seen this measure of enthusiasm about getting involved in our community in Bleakwood for many a year. So yeah, I think what I would like to do now is read this piece of breaking news that's come straight to my desk, and I'm sure this will be followed up by a decree from the town council. There was a strange attack that took place in the Bleakwood Mall not an hour ago. It seemed that someone had put on someone else's ring, and there was a bit of an argument. And I must say there was bloodshed. Someone cut off someone else's finger in order to retrieve their ring. And I have to say this is against the spirit of the rings. I mean, this is a bit of editorializing on my part, but I can't just stand idly by and leave this kind of thing happen without comment. And it seems that some people just cannot cope with other people having this kind of gift. So yeah, I think we really need to be a little bit clearer on the boundaries that we want as people. And certainly attacking your fellow citizens of Bleakwood is a very strange way to show our new guest what kind of community we can be. What can I say? I'm not usually left speechless by the kinds of community news stories that come across my desk, but this one has shocked me to the core. So yeah, that's my name is Ryan Cole, and I'll be bringing you through to midnight with WBLK. Don't hit that dial. We'll be back for a decree very, very shortly. So let's see what we have in decrees. Okay, so we're still waiting on a couple. Let me go through to my reaction to that scene, even though I brought on a little bit of this already. I think that was a fascinating interview, folks. What does this ring want, and how can we give it to them? It's talked about partnership, about being together with us for eternity, and I certainly think that's a laudable goal. I wish everyone was quite so forthcoming and generous with their time with me, but you work late, things don't often work out for you like that. Also, I mean, I know this the man on the street that our news correspondent talked to, meant well, but I don't think we can have this kind of suspicion in our community. I don't think we can have this kind of negativity either. So, I think I would ask the crowd of the Rings fans who showed up to this man's house to, not use violence. Obviously, I don't think we need that, but maybe the man on the street can understand exactly what this community wants out of the ring. Okay, and yeah, I do have a decree from the town council, and it's, I think, very, very serious. That I think all of our fascination with the ring is natural, but I don't think we can let it take away from the key parts of our lives in town. Townspeople are not allowed to walk in the municipal orchard between 10:15 and 10:30 a.m. Violators will be disappeared. I mean, I love that municipal orchard. I know that a lot of people there take their mid-morning break in its peaceful, leafy environs. But again, anyone walking in the municipal orchard between 10:15 and 10:30 a.m. will be disappeared. And that's all I want to hear on that matter. Frankly, I'll be really disappointed if someone does disappear because they walked in the municipal orchard between 10:15 and 10:30 a.m. Okay, let's go to our next segment, folks. Okay, so let's, I'll roll 2d6 again and see what our next scene is going to be.
I'm sorry, can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
Were we all supposed to have a decree?
Yeah, so what happens is that everyone writes in a decree, and then one decree happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't put one in last time, but so I put one in for 2 now?
Yeah, so again, those decrees are all written after the scene. So whether they want to touch on that scene or not is up to you.
I missed the cue for that. Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. And there is actually, like, one of those bumper scenes for me is to read a second decree. So it could be that 2 out of 3 decrees written after every scene does get used. Okay. Okay, cool. So, sorry, I rolled a 4, which is alchemy. A innocent person finds a strange item and undergoes a social or mental transformation.
Or physical.
Sorry, our physical, yeah. Line breaks. So let's, we need a strange item and we need an innocent person. So our innocent person is Father Bernard, the visiting priest, and or strange item, as if a ring that appears on your finger you are unable to remove wasn't strange enough, is a singing birdhouse. Okay, so that is Father Bernard finds a singing birdhouse and undergoes a social, mental, or physical transformation. Okay.
So this is all one story, right? Like,
Yeah. So and so obviously there could be onlookers.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess this is specifically about Father Bernard, and whether the strange item is a thinking, feeling, active thing.
Right.
We don't know yet. But yeah, again, that's probably for you guys to discuss at least.
Okay, so let's see. So who are the entities in this scene then? Father Bernard, obviously.
Right.
People who know Father Bernard?
Maybe it's like an on the ground interview with Father Bernard, and like hearing all about this like birdhouse that they have found.
Maybe how about a talk show format?
Oh yeah.
Maybe so Father Bernard, and then there's other guests and the host.
Maybe Father Bernard is bringing the birdhouse with him, like it's like a road show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, like Antiques Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow. It's his Antiques Roadshow, except right.
And
And so right, so then you have so you have he's bringing it, and you've got the host, and then you have like the expert.
sounds good.
Okay.
Or
I'd
you
like
know
to be-
what? Is it like a TV, or is it like a TV thing?
Well, this is radio, but it can be like TV without the pictures.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe it's like the news, like the weatherman equivalent, as like the third person, color commentary, but all good.
I'll be the expert.
I'll be the host unless you'd like to be.
No, I'll be Father Bernard.
Yeah.
You get to name the show.
We'll just launch right in then. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bleak Antiques, your Antiques Roadshow knockoff here at WBLK Radio. I have in the studio with us a new guest, new to the show. We have Father Bernard, the visiting priest, and he has quite an interesting item to share with us today. First of all, Father Bernard, how long have you been in Bleakwood?
Well, I just got here yesterday. I've just been assigned to your local parish, so I will be your new pastor.
Very new to town. Well, welcome to Bleakwood. We hope you are going to be happy to be here. Now, why don't you describe the item that you have brought forth with us today, so our viewers at home can learn what we're talking about.
Well, I brought this from my former parish. It was gifted to me by some of my flock. They gave me this beautiful a singing birdhouse. I'll show you what it means. I'll show you how it works shortly. It is from like the early 1500s. It's from Germany, and it's got it's got that kind of it's a birdhouse, but it's got that old like the clocks that the doors open and the men come out with the hammers and they ring the bell. Do you know what I'm talking about? The like automatons kind of from the olden days, except for when like the two doors will open and then each one has like a person on it that comes out to the fore, and then their little robot or mechanical jaws open, and then it starts playing music. It's like wood. It's wood and brass and ivory, and it's very ornate.
That is a wonderful description, Father Bernard. And here in the studio, we also happen to have an expert on such clockwork with us. We are going to introduce, does our expert have a name, or can I just make up a name?
Or you can, yes, or you can just refer to him as the expert.
Yeah. Yes. So our resident antiques expert, who happens to have a major in clockworking, Niles Jones, can you please tell us a little bit more about this birdhouse that Father Bernard has brought us?
Yes, okay, this appears, if you look down here at the Eldritch stamp that's on the underside and the way that it glows, this is a genuine clue that this was made by Otto Wittgenhauser, who was a 15th century clockmaker who went insane approximately 15 years into his career. There are only 562 of these made to our knowledge, and the large majority of which were bought by the Catholic Church and destroyed in forge fires and other such things as being unholy. So it's a real stroke of luck, one of these turning up and surviving after all these years.
Well, Father Bernard, how do you feel about discovering the supposedly profane background of this beautiful clock that you've brought with us today?
Well, that's interesting. I had actually tried to do some research myself, but whenever I went back to the archives, they would mention the clock, but then all of the content below was redacted. So it's I always thought that something might be amiss. One of the things that kind of was a tell was the two figures that come out are both skeletons, Death Head kind of Reaper type characters. But the song is so beautiful, isn't it? Would you guys like to hear it? It's a beauty. I mean, it's irresistible.
that would be a wonderful thing to cue us on out as Ryan takes us back over. So give that clock a whirl and let's hear what it has to say.
They move the clock forward to midnight, and then the Reapers come out and starts playing. Sorry, road sounds.
That was appropriate.
Mellifluous, yet sinister music box type music.
Which then fades into the standard radio jingle. And back to Ryan in the studio.
Well, that was just a fascinating interview. I mean, I would like to say that I set up my my machine to record Bleak Antiques every single time slot because I can't get enough of that. This is Ryan Cole bringing you through to midnight on WBLK. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get that any of those people, the expert or Father Bernard, through, because it's just so fascinating to hear about these arcane items that have come from centuries ago, like 500 years ago or whatever it is, with this intricate history. And I am just surprised that that something like this can be let into the town with no kind of checks or balances. I mean, this sounds like a powerful artifact to me, and I can't imagine why a visitor or new pastor would just be allowed to bring this in. We don't know what it can do we? Why don't you call in and tell us what you think the true nature and purpose of this artifact is? And I think that will bring us up to midnight. Because I am just fascinated to hear what's going on with this, or what you think is going on with this terrible death clock. That's what I'm calling it now, a terrible death clock. I think that that will stick. You know what? After our last broadcast, I looked into the history of this our municipal orchard, because I love spending time down there, and I have discovered that this orchard has been in constant use since before the foundation of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and in fact some of the trees date all the way back to that time, and it's very interesting. The type of wood that was used in the construction of that clockwork machination is actually exactly the same type of wood that we will find in our orchard. Obviously not between 10:15 and 10:30 a.m., but at all other times you will find that wood in the orchard trees. And I think that's a fascinating kind of coincidence, don't you? And what I am most glad of is that the town council have decreed that clockwork is to be outlawed, or is outlawed from now. Now, this seems like a very broad decree. And I just want to make sure that our listeners understand exactly what it means. Your wind-up watch, outlawed. Some kind of strange doohickey that you have in your garage that springs into life, outlawed. The strange death clock, outlawed. So I would expect that you should turn those clockwork things in. Or else there could be dreadful repercussions for you and the safety of our community. Yeah, and I have to say, our expert Niles Jones, who is, I mean, an antiques master, I suspect that he will be looking for a new specialty, but I think he might have a place in the community as someone who double checks that all clockworks are turned in, and that no one is harboring any secret illegal clockwork technology So, if you're not sure, bring it to Bleak Antiques, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure out very, very quickly indeed exactly how much clockwork there is in your old antique. And yeah, I think that does it for tonight. Yeah, what a fascinating world we live in, at least a fascinating town of Bleakwood that we live in. So thanks very much for listening, and join me tomorrow night again for more dulcet tones and more interesting conversation. So I think we should probably take a break. Okay, welcome back. We're going to roll for our next scene frame. Oh, well, I just rolled double 6. So that is a live broadcast. Terror comes into the station in a spirit of mood. The community invades the radio station in the middle of a broadcast. Include the host and the radio station in this scene. Excitement. So, yeah, so I guess terror and mood we need. So we have a dog with too many spots. And we have resignation. Okay.
What was the second one?
Sorry, the mood is resignation. So that is certainly interesting. So I guess I'm in this one.
I guess you're in this one.
So what do you? I mean, a dog with too many spots. Terror, though.
Yes.
Do you think this is something that's obvious or unfolding?
Yes, I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely unfolding, like a live on the scene kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, yes. Actually, I think I'd like to play the dog. I think the dog is surreptitiously comes in.
What about if it was more like a press conference where it's like the dog has been revealed to have too many spots? Like I'm thinking specifically, like we see a lot of this stuff with like Andrew Cuomo right now, and it's like, like almost like a politician being like, listen, I know I said I only had this many spots, but now I have all of these spots. Like,
I think that's
like,
right, except it's not a press conference, because I think that the terror in this case has come into the station. So this is kind of an unscheduled correction.
But yeah,
maybe it refers
to
some previous news item, clearly about the dog with many spots.
So the dog comes in to set the record straight, or
right.
to resign from
canine
life or whatever it is.
What's the terror, though? I mean, like, it seems like that's like a War of the Worlds type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like some kind of like live radio terror thing.
Yeah, I mean, though the terror being the dog with too many spots, maybe that like Brandon says, the terror is yet to be revealed, but it's like this thing shouldn't be happening, right?
Yes, this thing shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
I think we can work with it.
Okay,
all right.
Hope so. It's a terror I wrote.
I guess I'm happy to be a townsperson who comes onto the scene like halfway through to voice my displeasure or something.
Like a phone in.
Yes, phone in.
Yeah,
I think phone ins.
Yeah.
I'd like to play the dog.
Let's go to the call boards.
Sorry.
Can I play the dog's owner?
Certainly.
Okay.
Like basically your yes man.
Especially if you're referred to as the dog's owner.
The dog's owner is really the dog's publicist, or
or the dog actually controls the owner.
That's right.
The dog is the
I think we'll find out. I think we'll find out
Yeah.
what the relationship is between the dog
Yep.
and the owner
Yeah.
fairly quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you should start talking about some random thing.
Indeed, I should. Welcome back, folks. This is Ryan Cole with you till midnight on WBLK. And yesterday, I was down at the Clockwork Destruction site. Oh, you know what? Let's save that for a later segment because this is going to be so much more interesting. Right through the window here, I'm getting a signal from my producer that explains the woofing sound that I heard, but you obviously didn't. But yeah, there's a dog coming into the studio right now, and I think we're all familiar with the dog to which I'm referring. There was a news story that the Bleakwood Herald broke late yesterday evening about this dog, and I think a lot of people in the community were shocked. I think some of us felt betrayed, and I think maybe we're about to get a live exclusive on exactly what that means for us all. So I think if you, maybe not the wheelie chair. I think you need to get the stool from the corner for the dog to sit on. Yeah, thanks. Because dogs in wheelie chairs just won't work. Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Do you mind if I bite your microphone?
Good boy. Good
I mean,
boy.
I would like to say that we'll bill you for any damage, but you know audio quality side, I just find it very distasteful. You want to come in here and
no, you find it distasteful.
I mean, you will find it distasteful, but I find it a little bit horrific.
As having too many spots. I say to you, sir, how many spots is too many? How many?
Well,
give me a number. There's no such number, is there? Is there?
I mean, I think it's like many things in this world. We recognize it when we see it.
Is there?
I mean, I can't think of a number. But
no, of course you can't. Nobody here can think of a number. You're brainless people. Who can think of a number? Can anyone here think of a number?
He's such a good boy. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Look at that face. How can you not love that face? He's such a little smudge. I scratch him under the chin.
I just want to bite everyone here until someone thinks of a number.
Good boy.
Okay.
Good.
I mean, are you a Dalmatian?
I'm going to. I have too many spots.
I mean, you have too many spots for a Dalmatian, and you were no Dalmatian. So.
What do you compare? Oh, you are comparing me to Dalmatians? Is that the best you can do? How many spots does a Dalmatian have?
I don't know.
Why is it always going to be Dalmatians that have spots? Why can't other dogs have spots?
Other dogs have spots. Are you saying that all dogs with spots are Dalmatians? Are you? Do you want me to bite you?
It's not me. I'm just.
I'll bite every one single person in this town if I have to.
And I don't want to say what would happen in that case, but I mean, you would destroy whatever legacy of love this town still has for you. But I'm not attacking you.
I'm hearing the love. I'm hearing too many spots.
I am reflecting.
Ostracized for being spotty.
Okay, well.
How does that make you feel? Suppose I said you had too many noses. Too many eyes, too many heads. You, sir, have too many heads.
Maybe I do. I mean, that is something that critics say to me all the time. I talk too much. I have too many words.
And yet no one will say how many spots is too many.
Well,
I will tell you how many spots is too many.
And this is our disgruntled caller. Man on the Street is very popular in our fan club. Let's hear what they have to say.
I will let you know that I have not put on that ring, and I've seen this dog. It has too many spots. You know why? Because before, we thought the dog had the appropriate amount of spots. We thought that the dog was just spotty enough. We appreciated the dog for that. And then we come to discover that he had too many spots. We were lied to. You lied to us, dog, with too many spots.
You all will rue the day that you characterized a poor innocent dog as having too many spots. Well, I'm not going to take it lying down or whatever this posture is.
Roll over.
Maybe I will take it lying
and
down.
admit that you have too
then
many
I'll bite
spots.
your ankle. I will never admit that until someone counts all my spots. And maybe not even then.
The number of spots keeps increasing. How are we supposed to believe you? Every single time we think we know how many spots you have, we find more spots.
Is the town council to create a limit on the number of spots? They have not.
Well,
It's
you know
We
what?
just
pure
want to know
and simple
how many
spotism.
spots you have.
I mean, can I just butt in here for a moment?
Maybe.
And I would like to say that,
Can I lick your control panel?
sure,
Okay, then you can butt in.
but please don't electrocute yourself. So maybe control the slobber amount. What I would like to say is obviously, you know, we're all different. Maybe I have too many noses. Maybe I have too many heads. But when you find yourself growing, or whatever the correct term is, maybe a veterinarian can join in. When you end up with more spots today than you had yesterday, I think you need to go to your healthcare professional. And I'm just gonna
Spots are beautiful.
They
I'm
are
going to
they
keep
are.
getting spots until I have as many spots as there are stars in the sky. And then you will all fear me, and no one will make comments like this. Mark my words. You haven't heard the last of this.
I wanted to say I am an animal lover. Apparently this city does not have animal lovers. We have a lot of animal haters. My dog here, I've had him since he was a puppy. When he was born, he had the same number of spots he has today. I think these allegations are completely baseless, and it's some sort of slander, some sort of character assassination against this poor dog. I take him down to the dog park, the dog run every day, and we're shunned by fellow dog owners. And I think really what it is that this town has a spot problem, not my dog. Good boy. You're a good boy.
And maybe this question is better directed to the dog's owner than the dog. You know, have you felt over time that that maybe when there's such an outpouring of public concern for a previous beloved animal, that maybe people don't want to admit that they love dogs? You know, I think maybe you're right. Maybe this town does have a problem with admitting that they love dogs.
I think they love certain types of dogs. You know, it seems to be flip a coin. Sometimes, you know, everybody loves dogs until they have too many spots. I mean, but
you said there too many spots. I mean, too many spots means
I
too
will
many
bite
spots.
all of you until you love me.
I love you
I'm
unconditionally.
going to bite you right now.
Get him.
Love me, damn it.
I'm going to bring in another caller, someone who's, you know, espousing a different train of thought than maybe our previous call. And if that's all right, you wanna speak to the dog? You have something to say directly to the dog.
Yes. Hello. Hi, Ryan, longtime fan. I just wanted to let you know I really appreciate the work that you do, and your recording is amazing. But anyway, I wanted to ask the dog specifically, like the problem seems to just be that, you know, every time people count their spots, like there are more spots. And so it's like, I think we just want to know, like, when are you going to stop having more spots? Can we trust that this is as spotty as you're going to get? Or is it's just going to keep going? Like, we want to trust you, Mr. Dog, but like the spots, it's every time it's different. We just got to know what's going on.
How many spots he has. It doesn't make any difference. He's the same sweet dog as he was this morning. before you guys started dogpiling on the poor guy. Isn't that right, buddy? Isn't that right? Give him some snacks.
I'll go to have as many spots as I like until I am one big black spot.
Would you really be a spot then?
And
Or would
then
you
it'll
just
be
black?
too late. What's your name? I have to remember to bite you.
Oh, me? Oh, this is Braxton. Braxton Green. I actually live 3
All
doors
right,
down from
Braxton.
you, Mr. Dog.
Are you open on Wednesday? Are you available on Wednesday afternoon between 2 and 2:30?
I usually go for my run in the park, and I sometimes bring you treats. Remember?
That's true. Okay, I won't bite you this time, but next time, watch out.
So should I still bring treats?
Yes, everyone should bring treats. Listen, this is the dog with a great many, but not nearly enough spots. Everyone should bring treats, or the biting will commence.
And I think here, as my producer is well aware, when our guests threaten me, that's part of the entertainment. But when they threaten our listeners, we have to, cut things off. So thank you very much to Dog and Dog Owner for coming in unannounced and without any pre-interview, because that's how well stapled our fingers are to the pulse of Bleakwood community. That we brought them in at such short notice. So yeah, we'll be back after this break with a couple of decrees, I've been told. So while I'm waiting for those decrees to come in, I just want to talk about this interview here that we just had. I think, am I being judgmental? Does this community need to have a hard look at itself in the mirror? How many spots is too many spots? I mean, everyone, dog and dogs owners alike, kept using the phrase "too many spots," which would suggest there is such a thing as too many spots. But what does that really mean? I don't know. Maybe we should accept dogs with any number of spots, growing or static. I don't know. I think this one is going to sit with us hard and long. In with our own thoughts. I don't know what I'm going to do with this information, but I think let's understand where Dog is coming from. He's only 5. I'm sure in dog terms that's like a mature adult, but he can feel anger at what he feels is a betrayal by us. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to come back to this at another time. Yeah, let me go back to our decrees, because they're hitting us hard and fast here, right? Because one decree that we have. And this is obviously, again, very cognizant of the struggle that this community is going through. Spot Appreciation Week is next month. Solids and plates are outlawed during that week. No sign of stripes getting mentioned. I guess one could take this in a number of different ways, but spot appreciate. I think if you wear spots, you will be appreciated. And I certainly have to look at my outfit. I think I did see, strangely enough, that Markham's department store had a lot of spots in their display yesterday when I was coming in. So good to know. And here's one which probably fills me with a sad feeling, a tragic feeling. Maybe we all knew that this was coming. Dogs with excessive spots will be surrendered to the animal shelter. Now, I've been down to the animal shelter. It's a great place. My dog at home is a rescue from the animal shelter. I just hope that this is for one particular dog's protection from the kind of feeling, the raw feeling that was going through this community. So yeah, let's see how that goes down. I certainly don't want anyone to be bit, but maybe those threats that dog applied quite liberally on this show earlier had repercussions. So yeah, we will talk to you tomorrow night. I don't think it'll be as high octane a show tomorrow night. How could it be? I think we've had a busy week. So yeah, let's all be safe out there. Don't do anything unwise with dogs with too many spots. Obviously, there's more than just one out there with too many spots due to that decree. But let's see. Okay. And another, let me roll for our prompt. So I rolled an 11, which is shame about those interns. A radio show intern, you just can't keep making new ones. They're endless. Comes to misfortune from a terror or strange item, host choice, at the radio station or place of interest, community's choice. So, yeah, I guess I'll go for a strange item, and then you get to choose whether it's at the radio station or a place of interest.
I think place of interest, since we just had one at the radio station.
Yeah. So, strange item is the moon ruby, whatever that is. And I'll roll for a place of interest. It is Face Mart, where you can get a new look, yours or someone else's. How spectacular. I just saw that.
The item was the moon ruby. Okay.
The moon ruby, yeah. So the description for that prompt is shame about those interns. A radio show intern comes to some misfortune from this remarkable moon ruby at the Face Mart, where you got a new look, yours or someone else's.
I think there should be like the intern who got squished's friends or who died's friend, like, like to report on what actually happened.
Like the other interns?
Yeah, like another intern was like, whatever, however it played out, was the witness.
And then like the other person being interviewed is like the manager of Face Mart.
Right.
And then maybe our maybe an expert on moon rubies.
Or the expert.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to speak for you, but yeah.
I'll be happy to reprise the expert.
He needs a new
change fields of interest.
Yeah, I think Miles Jones
and their clockworks have been outlawed.
Things move fast in the antique game in this town.
You got to keep up. Got to run to stay with it.
A major in clockwork, a minor in gemology.
So Abe, who would you like to be?
I'll be the manager.
So I'll be the.
Daryl, would you like to be the manager? I'm happy to do either.
I'm fine with either. I can be the intern. Since you want to try the manager out. So.
Okay, cool.
So actually, do we need a reporter?
Watermelon cantaloupe. What?
Do we need a reporter?
Yeah.
Like who's?
Well, the intern's the reporter, right? As well as a friend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
Actually, maybe instead of a manager of Face Smart, I'll be the HR person talking to the to the intern about what happened, and the expert's there to give us legal guidance on moon rubies or something like that. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sure, HR person's good.
Okay. What's your name, intern?
He'll tell us.
Yeah.
So watermelon, cantaloupe, crowd noises. Shock background crowd noises.
This is Lisbeth Samuelson. This is Lisbeth Samuelson standing outside of the Face Mart downtown, where we have just learned that one of our fellow interns, Johnny Waverly, has been crushed by the Face Mart machine in a truly gruesome death that may or may not have involved a very moon ruby. I'm standing here with the head of the Human Resources Department here at Face Mart. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Tate. I am the Director of Human Resources here at Face Mart. And I just wanted to reach out and speak to you all about our best practices and our business awareness that we have here at Face Mart. Sometimes, unfortunately, these things do happen to employees of Face Mart and of other companies, and we regret this happening, and we are in no way legally liable due to the behavior of moon rubies, which are integral to our business, but are a bit erratic. We brought in one of our legal experts to speak on the matter, to explain it to the layman.
Now, Ms. Tate, before we launch into the obvious disclaimer from your lawyers, I'd really like to ask you about the process that what the Face Mart has been using in order to give people new faces. As you can probably assume, it is a rather cumbersome process. And since I was on the scene when Mr. Waverly was unfortunately crushed to death, I can assert myself that not all safety precautions had been followed. In fact, one of your employees was actually apparently posting on Snapbook before the incident occurred. What do you have to say to that?
Well, as you may remember when you entered, when everybody comes into Face Mart and signs on, they do sign a waiver, to absolve us of anything that may happen, because the process, while revolutionary, is still yet to be perfected. Sometimes that could happen. That could turn up in a way where you walk into the booth and you come out with a different face. Being that there's a high overhead, we let the users know this, and they might have to pay again to get the correct face. This is not something that we can just give away free faces.
Well, as you are aware, Ms. Tate, the Moon Ruby involvement in this does change things up as far as the legalities go. I'd like to introduce our expert, Niles Jones, who has recently become something of an expert on moon rubies and their current status in the municipal courts.
Yes,
Niles,
well,
can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Absolutely. Now, we colloquially refer to them as moon rubies, but in fact, there has been only one thus far discovered by science, although there we conjecture that there are more. When the 500-pound ruby crashed into the ceiling of the Face Mart back 7 years ago and bathed the entire place in an unholy red light that mutated the vending machines into strange alien contraptions, the boost to Face Mart's business was undeniable. Nevertheless, this has come at what we think is a very affordable cost to the community of the occasional person being smashed or obliterated, rendered into component atoms, or turned into a huge drooling fang beast. That one, of course, is never documented. The moon ruby remains there, coruscating and looking down upon us and reading our thoughts. And we are careful not to say anything that is too derogatory about the moon ruby while bathed in its unearthly red light. I think that's a fairly cogent summary of the moon ruby's involvement here.
Thank you, Niles. And I've just received word that Mr. and Mrs. Waverly, lawyers at Waverly and Waverly in Law, are not going to be stopped by any such waiver as far as this goes. That's all the time we have for this report, though. So it's back to Ryan in the studio. And this is Lisbeth Samander signing off.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I've hard news for us all. Johnny was a constant presence in the station. I always looked so busy, and I'm sure only 90% of that it was him walking around looking busy. I think he was a good colleague for us all. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I've always walked past FaceMart and wondered who on earth would go into such a place. I know some people found Johnny's current or previous face quite pleasant to look at, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I've got some adverts to read out before we get a decree down. So yeah, this is today's advert is from FaceMart. They've obviously paid a lot of money to get this primetime spot on WBLK with Ryan Cole before midnight. Why put on a brave face? Come down here and change yours. Feel like the old you is stale? Come right in and upgrade to the person you always knew you wanted to be, but never could. And there's a testimonial from a customer here. One Jonathan Waverly, which I think is in very poor taste, but editorializing aside, apparently Johnny said, when it's your time to face the music, choose FaceMart. And he in the waiver he signed, he described it as the ultimate experience of his short life. How true, how true. Yeah, so I just want to say everyone here in WBLK is gutted, not least because hiring interns is an exhaustive procedure. There's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a lot of interviews. I think everyone will be quite sorry that we have to rely on Elizabeth quite so much in the next few days before we can fill that spot. But let's see how things go. Here's a decree from the town council. The town council decrees that new faces will be 50% off at FaceMart until further notice, as a sign of respect for the recently deceased. As usual, and that's I guess reference to the previous time something like this has happened when a 50% discount has been available already. So yeah, I don't know how FaceMart feels about that. I guess they're happy for any increase in business, but maybe the shareholders are less than impressed. But I guess they'll have to put a brave face on that too, just like their advert said. So this is Ryan Cole signing off for the night. Stay safe out there. If I don't recognize you when I meet you on the street, please give me a sign that you have been to FaceMart. Maybe hang the sticker "I've been FaceMarted" on your jacket, so I can maybe guess who you are. But yeah, this is Ryan Cole signing off for the night. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Night.